Hi, welcome back to Shotokutech. I wanted to try something new today. I get a lot of emails talking about a lot of stuff. I got this email from Sparkfun, and I saw these are two very interesting concepts here. This is Micromod, and we're going to look at that in detail. And this is the Raspberry Pi Compute Module 4. I haven't seen either of these two things, so it's brand new, so I thought I'd share them with you. Let's look at Micromod first. Micromod is this ecosystem of interchangeable processors and boards, and it looks like they're compatible with Arduino IDE or something like that. So let's take a look. You get to choose your carrier board, you got the access all the pins board, you got an input and display board, data logging board, and a machine learning board. And then you get to choose which processor you want to use. The Artemis with your Bluetooth, sort of a low power application, ESP32, of course you know we love that, and SAM-D51, not really familiar with that one. I took a closer look at these, and I believe they're a little rich for my blood at this point, but I'm not quite certain. Let's see, if we were to pair an ESP32 with the input-output, yeah, you'd be at about 75 bucks. That's interesting. I think I'm going to take another closer look at that again. Now down here, again, this Raspberry Pi Compute 4 module, that was very intriguing. Let's take a look there. So again, here, this is a mix and match ecosystem, just like that Micromod was. They have 32 different combinations of memory and storage and Wi-Fi on this compute module. So if you don't see it here, they say go ahead and ask. I went ahead and I've actually reserved the 8 gigabyte storage, 2 gigabyte RAM Compute 4 module. I've reserved the Raspberry Pi Compute 4 module I/O board, which is really going to turn this into a full-fledged Raspberry Pi 4 with Ethernet, USB ports, 2 HDMI ports. Well, let's go ahead and take a look. It's also got camera connectors and display connectors here on top of the 2 HDMI ports. So if you had like a OLED display, you could pop it on one of those 2 connectors there. So this is a pretty interesting ecosystem. Like I said, I went ahead and pre-ordered the compute board, this 8 gigabyte storage, 2 gigabyte RAM module, and the antenna kit as well. And so I'm looking forward to seeing that one in the works. So that was the stuff that is new that I wanted to bring to your attention. I think you'll find it interesting as well. So I had so much fun working with the M5 Stack core unit here that I went ahead and ordered 2 of these LoRa 868 megahertz modules. They're only $13.50. It looks like they even have an antenna riser, and I have a couple of spare antennas floating around. These do cover from 803 to 930 megahertz, so we'll be able to use that 915 megahertz, which we know is accessible in the United States here. And I went ahead and bought another basic core development kit, so I'll have 2 of these, 2 LoRa boards, and I'll be able to recreate my same experiment that I was doing with the TTGO T-Watch 2019. And my experience with working with UI Flow and the M5 Stack core was it was remarkably easy to work with this hardware in the UI Flow IDE. So I'm looking forward to having 2 of these core units with LoRa modules attached to them. And of course I've demonstrated the GPS module, so I might actually get ahead of my TTGO T-Watch 2019 project. I'm still working on meshing the code for that. That's an interesting thing that I'm working on. So on that topic of the TTGO T-Watch with the GPS and LoRa board installed, since I had 2 of those with the fancy GPS and LoRa boards installed, I went ahead and ordered another TTGO T-Watch 2019 with the touch sensor version so I can use it for other exploration and without disrupting the GPS and LoRa stuff we have going there. So I wanted to let you know new stuff that I'm finding out, new stuff that I have coming in the mail, and so that you know what kind of projects are coming down the pipe. And I've found this article on Wired about not discarding your old gadgets, how to repurpose your old gadgets. And I know with the new 5G phones coming out, phones that only do 3G, you're going to see 3G phased out in a lot of markets. And so I had this wonderful Nexus 4 phone. It's a great phone, but it only does 3G. And it's got a good camera on it, great screen, good solid case. So I'm thinking of turning it into a security camera. That's an interesting project. And I'd like to find a way to add something like that to my WebThings gateway. So we're going to continue to work with the WebThings gateway and see if we can't add like a security camera to it. So we're going to continue to look at more add-ons for the Mozilla Internet of Things gateway. There's a lot of different plugins here that are incredibly interesting. And I was scrolling through here taking notes on which ones I might be able to pull off with the equipment that we have here. So if you have your own project that you're working on, leave that in the comment section down below. Or if you have an idea of a project you want me to try out, go ahead and leave that in the comment section down below as well. Thank you very much. So make sure to check all the links in the description down below. Please subscribe. Check out some of these other videos, and thank you very much. Thank you for watching Shotokutech. Please subscribe, comment, like, and share.